All right, hey, shalom to you brothers out there. Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Hold on, let me see if I'm good. All right, cool. Yeah, all praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Salutations to the 1/3, men, women, and children, and to the 144,000 men. All right, 1/3 out of every people, tongue, and nation, and 12,000 out of each tribe of the nation of Israel, from the tribe of Judah all the way down to Issachar. All right, so I'm over here in this little parking lot. Pretty much just came over here this morning just to do this video. Right now it's 9:42 in the morning out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And before I start this video, right, I just want to say a few things to you brothers, man. And even though I really don't like to talk about shit like this, man, I just have to point it out because I'm literally going through this shit every fucking regeneration every day in this realm, in this matrix. So I parked over here, right now I'm actually facing the building, and here's the back of the car right there, right in the rear view. So not even 5 minutes when I get here, right, you already got a Centurion and you got an unmarked car that came behind me and it's parked behind me, right? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I know for some reason that they're actually following me, and I know what they're doing. So as they were sitting there, right, I just kept talking. I didn't even start the video yet. I just kept on talking, right? And when I started saying certain things, because I put this shit on Front Street and I really exposed it, they started like moving. And this is how I know. This is how I know that they can actually hear the shit that you're saying from like a remote location. See, what brothers really don't understand, if you know you're the elect, because the elect are gonna know they're the elect in this time. You know what I'm saying? Then best believe then you're probably being monitored by this realm, by this matrix. And it's not something to be afraid of. Just know that you have a special gift in you that these beasts and these fucking fowls of the air, they don't understand. They hate. Because we're not of this world. I'm not of this world. I am an eternal spirit in this body right here, in this place. But I know this ain't my role. I go up and down. I go up, ascend up, come down, ascend up. I have that ability, man. And the more I know about myself, the stronger I'm getting. And that's why there's so much trials and shit that I have to deal with in this realm. But it really don't affect me at this point because I know what it is. I know it's a spiritual battle. I know what these spirits are doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, man, Satan. So just like Michael said, contending with the body of Moses, he just said, I rebuke you, Satan. That's all he said. He said, I rebuke you, Satan. So, so I wanted to go into the book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and also chapter 3. This is pretty much going to King David, Solomon, and Bathsheba. Just to give the backstory of this whole chapter, when King David became king of Israel, he was pretty much a man after the Lord's heart. He was pretty much the one that was conquering all the nations. He was subduing all the nations. He pretty much was doing everything that the Lord he told him to do. He was the Alashajah, the demon-like power, because he represents the Father. And so when he conquered all the nations, he was trying to build a temple to the Most High, but the Lord he told him, he's like, well, you're not going to build a temple to me, David. Because why? Because you're a bloody man. You're a man of war. You got too much blood on your hands. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord, he told David that Solomon was going to build a temple, and he was the one that was going to sit on the temple. You see what I'm saying? And this is pretty much what this is going into, the birth of Solomon. 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 1. It said, now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I'll go the way of all the earth, be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. That the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, with all their heart and with all their soul, they shall not fail thee, says he, a man on the throne of Israel. Right, so David's pretty much telling Solomon, if you continue in the ways of your father, I am, there's not going to fail a man to sit upon the throne of Israel. And Solomon, he understood that. Verse 5, moreover, thou knowest what Joab the son of Zeruiah did unto me, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner the son of Ner, and unto Amasa the son of Jether, whom he slew, and shed the blood of war in peace, and put the blood of war upon his girdle that was upon his loins, and in his shoes that were on his feet. Do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his hoar hair go down to the grave in peace. But show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and let them be of those that eat at thy table. For so they came to me when I fled because of Absalom thy brother. Right, because the sons of Barzillai were one of the ones that actually helped David when he was being persecuted. So the sons of Barzillai, you know, the table's open. All right. And behold, thou hast with thee Shimei the son of Gera, a Benjamite of Behurim, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when I went to Mahanaim, but he came down to meet me at Jordan. And I swore to him by the Lord, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword. Now therefore hold him not guiltless, for thou art a wise man, and knowest what thou oughtest to do to him. But his hoar head bring down to the grave with blood. So David slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David. And the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years, 7 years reigning in Hebron, and 33 years reigning in Jerusalem. So David, what happens? He dies. He goes down to the earth. You know? Now it's time for Solomon to reign. It says, then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. And Adonijah the son of Haggith came to Bathsheba the mother of Solomon, and she said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably. He said, moreover, I have somewhat to say unto thee. And she said, say on. And he said, thou knowest that the kingdom was mine, and that all Israel set their faces on me, that I shall reign. Howbeit the kingdom is turned about, and is become my brother's, for it was his from the Lord. And now I ask one petition of thee, deny me not. And she said unto him, say on. And he said, speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon the king, for he will not say thee nay, that he gave me Abishag the Shumanite to wife. And Bathsheba said, well, I will speak for thee unto the king. Bathsheba therefore went unto King Solomon to speak unto him for Adonijah. And the king rose up to meet her, and bowed himself unto her, and sat down on his throne, and caused a seat to be set for the king's mother. And she sat on his right hand. Then she said, I desire one small petition of thee, I pray thee, say me not nay. And the king said unto her, ask on, my mother, for I will not say thee nay. And she said, let Abishag the Shumanite be given unto Adonijah thy brother to wife. And King Solomon answered and said unto his mother, and why dost thou ask Abishag the Shumanite for Adonijah? Ask for him the kingdom also, for he is my elder brother, even for him, and for Abiathar the priest, and for Joab the son of Zeruiah. Then King Solomon swore by the Lord, saying, God do so to me, and more also, if Adonijah have not spoken this word against his own life. Now therefore, as the Lord liveth, which has established me, and set me on the throne of David my father, and who has made me an house, as he promised, Adonijah shall be put to death this day. And King Solomon sent by the hands of Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and he fell upon him that he died. So why did Adonijah have to be put to death? Because he was trying to wrestle the kingdom from his brother. I was trying to wrestle the kingdom from my brother. I got put to death. Because it was his from the beginning. It wasn't mine. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm looking back at everything that I've done, right? You know, I wanted the glory. I wanted all the eyes to be upon me. I wanted to be the one that everyone would come to and be like, oh, he's the man, you know, look at him, his beautiful appearance and his eyes, and the way he speaks, and he's so perfect, and he's such a man of God. I wanted all that. But it wasn't mine to begin with. It was my brother's. That's why I got put to death. Now I'm going to jump to chapter 3. Because Solomon, he's reigning. He's the one that's on the throne. 1 Kings chapter 3. And Solomon made an infinity with Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and took Pharaoh's daughter, and brought her into the city of David, until he had made an end of building his own house, and a house of the Lord, and the wall of Jerusalem round about. Only the people sacrificed in high places, because there was no house built unto the name of the Lord until those days. And Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the statutes of David his father. Only he sacrificed and burned incense in high places. It says, and the king went to Gibeon to sacrifice there, for that was a great high place. 1,000 burnt offerings did Solomon offer upon the altar. In Gibeon the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, Ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according he has walked before thee in truth, and in righteousness, and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast cared for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. Do you understand? Solomon, he's sitting on the throne. It's a beautiful thing, man. And now, O Lord, my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or to come in, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered, nor counted for multitudes. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this? Who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast thou asked riches for thyself, nor asked the life of thy enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall there any arise unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem, and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and offered up burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings, and made a feast to all his servants. I'll be back. Shalom.